Should I do it again?
How'd you get what? I thought.
Should I smile more?
Well, this one, but that one's just audio.
If I can zoom this out a little bit.
And I'm Felicia Lowe from SweetGeorgia Yarns, and today I want to talk to you about winding yarn.
Hi everybody. Hi guys. Hi guys. So this is Felicia. Hi guys. We are. Hi everybody. Hi guys. In today's video, I want to talk about playing the really long game. So hi guys, my name is Felicia from SweetGeorgia Yarns, and we are a hand-dyed knitting yarn company based in Vancouver, Canada. We started back in 2005. So I want to start off by telling you that this past spring has been one of the most challenging times of the entire lifespan of SweetGeorgia. We've been doing this since 2005, and we've had our fair share of ups and downs, but this past spring, over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, we had just every possible bad thing happen like days apart. One day after another, every day I was asking myself, what could possibly go wrong now? And then something else would go wrong. And just like one thing after another, just things were not in our favor. A couple of years ago, we had a similarly bad situation where we had ordered much of our base yarn and it was coming from some other continent. I can't even remember which one it was, but it basically got stuck in New York in a port during the winter. It was January and it was stuck in the port. It was icy and they just couldn't get our container off of the ship to bring it to us. And so there was, for a time there, maybe 2 months, where we couldn't get yarn, our most important yarn. We couldn't get our most important yarn from our supplier. And it felt very difficult. It felt like a bit like the end of the world. It kind of felt like, is this a sign from the universe that we should just stop, that we shouldn't do this anymore? And so it's been part of my conversation with myself for the past couple of weeks, asking a lot of the members in the School of SweetGeorgia, asking them about what's the most frustrating thing about the fiber arts. And very interestingly, I received some messages from some dyers who wanted to dye as a business, and they wanted to take their hobby, the thing that they were passionate about, the thing that they were most excited about, and change it into a business. And they were coming across frustrations because they were dyeing yarns, taking pictures, posting them, putting them up on a shop or on Etsy or wherever, and finding that it was very difficult to get any traction. And they just started, but they're just feeling very frustrated. And they're wondering, is it worth it? Do I keep going or do I stop? How do I know? Like, maybe the universe is telling me that this is it. This is the time to stop. And I absolutely empathize, because you would think that after 14 years of doing this and being in this business, that I would have it all figured out. But I frequently come to that place where I'm thinking, is the universe trying to tell me that I shouldn't be doing this? Am I doing something that I shouldn't be doing? Is this not the thing that I'm supposed to be doing? I want this message to be one of encouragement to those people. I want it to be a message of encouragement that some things just take a really long time.
Okay, and action.
After spending, I still wear hand knit socks that I knit over 10 years ago.
All right.
We need cookies.
And rolling. And action.
Hi, I'm Felicia Lowe from SweetGeorgia Yarns, and today I want to talk to you about knitting with hand-dyed yarns. This vlog, Taking Back Friday, started for a number of reasons. One of the reasons was because I was feeling like it was very difficult to get time to myself to make things, and so Taking Back Friday was about taking back that time in order to make things. There's also a second reason why I started this vlog, one that you may or may not realize, but May is the anniversary of the date that I decided to go full on with the design and build and production of this thing that I call now the School of SweetGeorgia.
Good job, good job. Push. Yeah. Can you see anything, Nina?
So the month of May every year is a very significant and emotional time for me because it just marks this very big, momentous decision that I made to go head on and try to create this School of SweetGeorgia, just try to create this new thing out of nothing. And part of the reason for making this vlog was to give myself practice, to get myself better at teaching on camera, and just getting better at doing this. So one of the main things that's been in my mind for the past couple of years is this idea of being able to teach with reach. You know, I love teaching in-person live workshops. You know, I used to teach at Place des Arts. I used to teach spinning there, taught some dyeing there. I've taught dyeing workshops at Knit City. I'll be teaching one again this year in this fall for Knit City. So yes, I love teaching in person because I can see everyone's body language. I can see if people are getting it, and I can adjust what I'm saying. I can adjust my demonstrations or my explanations to fit with what other people are showing me through their work and through their body language. Now, I also love teaching in this video format because I can show you up close shots. You know, if you're in a workshop, you might not always be able to see what the teacher is working on, but I can show you up close. I can show you slow-mo. I can repeat it. I can have conversations back and forth with you over chat. I can do all sorts of other things that I'm not necessarily able to do in a live workshop. Now, I can tell you that I love what I'm doing right now. I love being able to make these videos. I love being able to make teaching content about the things that I'm so passionate about. Weaving and spinning and knitting and dyeing and all those things I absolutely love, and I just want to see people get started with it. I want them to have that experience of, oh, that's cool, I could do that, because those are the experiences that I had. So I just want to be able to share that with other people. Now, I was absolutely terrified of starting this entire process, of trying to get in front of the camera, to try to do any of this stuff. I was so terrified about the learning curve of trying to figure out how to film myself, how to talk to the camera, how to do any of these things, that I delayed for years and years. I delayed, and I would, shoot a couple videos of myself and then put them away in an archive and never publish them. I think I recorded the very first episode of this vlog 7 times before I published a version of it. And I was so terrified about making these teaching videos on my own that I hired my friends at Wakefield Productions. They were an actual film production company, and they helped me film a lot of footage back in 2015. 2015. That's a long time ago. That's 4 years ago. Now, there's a lot of this footage that we shot that day, and I'm so impressed. We shot a lot of that footage in 4K, which I'm actually really excited about. But almost all of that footage that we shot has never been released. Never. During that photo shoot, I remember I was pregnant with Nina, and Donna from Wakefield was also pregnant, but neither one of us was at that point where we could actually tell anybody that we were pregnant. So we were going through the photo shoot and just so exhausted. And at the end of day 1, we were both ravenous. And so the second day, I remember getting like a craft table set up and brought in all these grapes and all this fruit, and we just devoured it. We were just hungry and tired and pregnant, just around like that 10, 12 week mark where we weren't really telling people about it. And so now I'm looking at a lot of the film that we shot 4 years ago. And on one hand, I'm really frustrated that we spent all those days filming and at the end of the day, we didn't publish anything. But it just felt like taking 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and then 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. Now, in the past 4 years, I've figured out a system. I've figured out how to record myself. I've grown in my confidence to do this kind of work. And, I try to make my points to the camera. I kind of imagine that you're sitting there and you're listening to me and all these kinds of things. Now, figuring out the equipment and the setup and the system and how to merge audio with video and how to, be able to see myself recording and how to do all this stuff didn't happen overnight. And I think that I could have got frustrated along the way and just given up. So I am reminded by my old business mentor, who's also named Felicia, but she would always tell me that you can't compare your beginning with someone else's middle or someone else's end. You can't compare where you are, and you're just getting started. You can't compare where you are with how other people have done, especially if they have a couple of years on you or whatever. It does take time. So she just always reminded me to just, you do you keep going, be persistent, be patient, be consistent, just keep going, and eventually you will get to the place where you need to be. And so this is a very long-winded explanation for something that's actually very, very simple. And that is that none of this will happen overnight, that the School of SweetGeorgia will not be built overnight, that the content will not be built overnight, that our yarn dyeing business that we've been doing for 14 years now did not appear the way it is now when I started. We didn't have systems in place. We didn't have our accounting system in place. We didn't have literally anything in place. And all of these things took time, and they just took a long time. I'm making this video and trying to record this message mainly as a message of encouragement to anybody who's walking that creative path, anybody who's at the starting line and just wants to start something, who doesn't even know what they don't know. Just if you want to do it, just start and don't compare yourself with what other people are doing. Just do what you want to do and be consistent. Keep showing up day after day and just keep doing it. And if you're wondering whether or not the thing that you're doing is the right thing, and if it's actually the universe telling you that, you should maybe just stop doing this, you have to go back and ask yourself if this work is bringing you joy, if it is bringing you energy, if it energizes you, is basically what it's about. Does this craft, does this work, does working with your hands in this way, does it bring you energy? Do you feel energized after spending that time doing it? Or do you feel discouraged and downtrodden and exhausted? If it brings you energy, then I feel like that is definitely something that you should pursue and keep going forward with. Now, one of the things that I was told from the very, very beginning was don't record 7 versions of your first episode. Just hit publish. Just do it. And so I think it is with this spirit that I feel like it is an appropriate time to release at least one of the videos that we shot and edited with Wakefield. So next week in this time slot, I'm going to post the tiniest video that we recorded with Donna and Nuver at Wakefield. And it is the simplest thing. It is about winding a ball of yarn. And you can see what we did 4 years ago, what we're trying to do. This is very important to me that I finally relinquish this work and put it out there into the world, because it is kind of my commitment to continuing to improve, continuing to make these videos, continuing to try to make teaching content for you guys. I started this, and video that we shot 4 years ago, it needs to not be so precious. It needs to be out in the world, and I need to be able to say that we're just going to keep moving forward. So this is the thing. I'm playing the really, really, really long game. I don't expect any of this content to be made overnight or in an instant, especially in a time where through social media and Instagram, like everything is fast, 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 instant. You know, what have I made? What am I showing? All these things. I can only show as much as I can show, and I'm just going to keep showing up, doing my work consistently, and trying to do the best job that I can. And I so appreciate you guys watching and listening to these messages and being a part of the school where you can and following along with the tutorials or the teaching content that I've made so far. I am just going to keep going. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like today's message, please do hit the like button. And if you'd like to subscribe and see more teaching content that we do from week to week, talking about what we're making and what we're doing, what we're dyeing, what we're weaving, all those kinds of things, I highly suggest that you subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next week where I show you the video about winding a ball of yarn. All right, thanks. Bye for now.